まで待たせんだよ。
RGG Studios' latest game, Like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth, or basically Yakuza 8, in my opinion is one of the greatest games they have ever made, and let me tell you why. I'm just kidding. Don't mind me because I will just be yapping my glorified opinion about this game. But kidding aside, this game is awesome. Direct sequel to Yakuza Like a Dragon or Yakuza 7, involving Ichiban and his friends, with two new characters joining the fray, Chitose and Tomizawa, and Kiryu becomes playable again.
久しぶりだな、春日。
桐生さんですか？
他に誰がいるってんだ。
And also, Son Hui becoming playable after RGG teased us back then in Yakuza Like a Dragon. They also brought us Honolulu, Hawaii, becoming a new map for us to play in, new sub-stories, Sujimon battles, bucket lists, and new enemies to fight against. All of the new content along with the good old content types are also included in this game. But we're gonna be talking about the main things or content that we usually access throughout the game. Let's start with the combat. The combat in this game is turn-based. I'm saying this first and foremost because lately, most gamers are on offense whenever they hear the word turn-based. Turn-based gameplays are not exactly that bad, not unless you are an action gamer at heart. But honestly, give this game a chance even though it is a turn-based, because it is not just any simple turn-based combat. The turn-based combat of this game is engaging. Why do I say that? Well, for most turn-based games, whenever it is not your turn, you never really do anything most of the time as you just watch your enemy do something and ta-da! They did a move, whether they attack you, defend, or buff themselves to oblivion. But in this game, I don't think I have ever played another game which lets you defend yourself during an enemy's turn. This game gives you a chance to mitigate the damage that you will receive during an enemy's turn. In PS5, you have to press the circle button when the attack of the enemy is about to hit one of your party members, and this feature helps out a lot in situations, especially when you are fighting bosses or hard opponents for the first time. Albeit, this kinda requires a little bit of getting used to, but hey, it is a welcome extra skill for you to use during fights and reduces the HP loss of your party members. Another aspect of combat gameplay to point out are the usual actions that you may do during the fights. You have the basic attack, job skills, and the guard button. I have to also emphasize that the guard action done during your turn and during the enemy's turn are two different things. Just take that in mind. Anyway, attack is the most basic action you can do in combat. However, it is also one of the flexible actions to do because it can let you do a lot of things, such as picking up different items on the ground, to use it to attack the enemy, doing a combo attack with another party member, hitting the enemy from behind to gain bonus damage, doing a pincer attack with your party member to hit the enemy from front or back, and also stomp on the enemy when you get the chance of the enemy lying on the ground. Not to mention, the attack action also restores your party members' MP, which they can use to cast their skills. Isn't that convenient? Let's move to the skills action. The skills that your party members will use mostly depend on what kind of job or class they have equipped with. Skills are mostly used to dish out even more damage to inflict on your opponents, heal your party, arrest a Palikana, use the essence of titillating claws on Kiryu, do a sly pose on a random goon, or just break dancing in general. All of the skills require MP, but fret not, as we have items to use to restore the MP, or just basically go to either survive or revolve to rest. There are so many skills that you can use in this game, but sometimes it overwhelms me on what to use. Oh, did I mention that Ichiban can learn 3 exclusive skills just for him? Guard action. You don't really need to use this action. Just kidding. Use this if you are in a pinch or if you are planning something else. But mostly you will not be using this action because you will be guarding against attacks during the enemy's turn anyway. You will probably not have much HP loss of your party. These 3 actions that you can do is enough to get you throughout the most combats in the game. Now, what about the jobs or class system of the game? All of the playable characters in the game each has their own exclusive or default job that only they can use and cannot be shared with the other party members. Ichiban has 3 exclusive jobs though. You may be the number 1, but goddamn you had to hoard 3 exclusive jobs at once. They're all quite good though. Ichiban has Freelancer, Hero, and Sujumancer. It really depends on what type of gameplay you want to do for him, but he is a very flexible character that can do damage, buff, heal, or just a random weapon or environment to deal with his opponent. I mean, he is the main character after all. Kiryu has Dragon of Dojima job. The unique thing about his job is that he can change stances before doing an action. His 3 stances are Brawler, Rush, and Beast. Each has their own twist to it. Brawler Go Kiryu do hit actions, Rush Go Kiryu 2 actions, and Beast Go Kiryu do guard breaks. He's an all-rounder. Does not need a weapon, by the way. That's just how he rolls, baby. Tomizawa is a cabbie. It's all about tires and gears for that man. He also car crashes you whenever he feels like it. And he looks satisfied doing that despite the inconveniences brought to his passengers. Hitose is an heiress that puts flowers onto your head because why not? She also dances with you to beat your ass because it is part of her daily routine. Nanba will always be the best homeless guy that uses pigeons to decimate his enemies. He also drinks in the middle of the combat to restore everyone's HP. Also has a bad breath that most enemies do not like. Adachi, my man! Detective Ares at your service. He has a very low agility stat, but do you know how we alleviate that? Change his job to Breaker, put Ares in his skill inheritance, put agility boosting gear and accessories to his game. Watch him go first and arrest the enemy, instantly defeating one enemy without you even having a hard time. Works against most enemies and some mini-bosses. Hell yeah! Sonhee, the lovely assassin. You know what we all say, right? Sadistic Heal, Stentorian Whip, Essence of Bonebreaker, and Essence of Wicked Web. Do I need to elaborate more about her? She's the queen! Psycho Mukoda, our favorite barmaid, has one of the best tag team skill to use, Karaoke Fever. Ooh, I cannot tell you enough how many times she helped me out of a pinch during Kiryu's storyline. Oh yeah, have I told you she has a big-ass champion barrel to shoot a magnum fork to her enemy? No? Try it. Gangster Zhao, baby! We all love our resident former Liu Mang boss man in our party because essence of ladder acrobatics. Did you know that he also literally cooks his enemies for roast dinner? Han Jungi or Jungi Hitman? Why did they remove his head trauma and not put a single grapple skill? No worries, because he has essence of trick shots and essence of mirror image. Honestly, his new second essence move of mirror image is quite dark and strong move, but it fits him so good in this game. After all, we are fighting bad guys anyway. There are other generic jobs which everyone can use, but you will have to enhance a different gear for it, and also level them up too to acquire the other job skills. We got Aquanaut, Desperado, Samurai, Geodancer, Housekeeper, Kunoichi, Pyro Dancer, and Action Star. These jobs are needed to be unlocked first before you can use them. And then we also have some of the returning jobs like Host, Breaker, Chef, Idol, and Nightwing. If I remember correctly, they are unlocked immediately when you reach Chapter 8 of the game. Lastly, we have Linebacker and Tennis Ace. These two jobs are DLC though, but some of their job skills are quite overpowered. Since I pretty much talk about the character jobs of the game, I wanna talk about skill inheritance, one of the new features of Ichiban's second game. Basically, you can add 5 additional other jobs' basic skills to Ichiban, for example, and 1 essence skill from other job as well. Like imagine Ichiban being a hero and he still can use Release German Suplex, Ruffian Kick, Drop Kick, Tenacious Fist, Rock Swing, and Essence of Roadside Weapon. Pretty cool feature, right? You can also do this for the other characters and you can set your favorite job skills to your character skill set. Very nice. Duelist Gearworks, an enhanced weapon upgrading system. You can still craft for new weapons if you like, but there's also a new weapon improve mechanic which you can increase the weapon's level to 50, and mind you, once you have upgraded a weapon to level 50, you can put 3 weapon brands which can increase your weapon's damage, increase certain elemental damage, or allow your magic skills to critically hit too. Pretty neat. This incentivizes you to play the game normally and go into fights regularly to gather the weapon materials required to upgrade your weapons. Trust me when I say this, an upgraded weapon in this game makes your character so OP that sometimes it will only take 2 to 3 turns for the enemy boss to get defeated. Not to mention, you do not need to have the highest rarity weapon to get maxed out. Hell, even some lower rarity weapons are better due to some unique passive weapon skills they have and more useful, especially in the long run. The armor shops are one of the game's commodities for you to gain access to a variety of head, body, and leg armor gear your party members can use. They increase your defense against enemy attacks and some certain attack types such as blunt, blade, and gun attacks. Some of the gear also provides additional attack, magic, agility attributes, and unique armor passives which may come in handy if you are trying to create a certain build for your characters. Each armor shop is unique and they offer a variety of different equipment. They will charge you either $1 or yen before you can have them. Some of the armors are expensive, but they are worth it. I recommend taking a look of each armor shop to find the armor of your liking. Drinklings are like character stories for your party members. I recommend you always do this whenever you get the chance. They are not just simple events you tackle, as this also includes some side story revolving of that party member, like Chitose. And this is also a good opportunity to increase some of the character traits of Ichiban or Kiryu. The Drinklings unlock a lot of good party synergy moves you can do, such as unlocking a tag team move with Chitose, enable her to do a follow-up move whenever you down an enemy, allow the usage of combo attacks with both the party leader and other party members, and many more. Not to mention, the Drinklings also give you a 5-star weapon of the default job of that party member during the 4th Drinkling, giving you incentive to do them. Also, you witness a little side story regarding your party member. It's a good detour or side stuff to do. The bucket list of Kiryu is his version of sub-stories in Chapter 8 onwards. We all know that Kiryu has cancer throughout the story, and the bucket list is like one of the ways for Kiryu to enjoy the good stuff while he's still living. This was suggested by Nanba in an attempt to change Kiryu's mind to get a medication or a solution for his cancer to get cured, provided he and the others are there for Kiryu. The bucket list is not a joke in this game, as this gets unlocked in Chapter 8, and holy, there is a lot of them. It certainly took time for me to get all of them, and not to mention, there are also bucket list events in Kamurocho since Kiryu's maps are both in Ijincho and Kamurocho. Doing the bucket list is actually good though, as it makes Kiryu even stronger, enhancing his brawler, rush, and beast styles for combat and some of his resistances. I recommend you do it at least in first playthrough so that you won't have to do them in your second playthrough. Oh yeah, get ready to reminisce and meet some of Kiryu's old friends throughout the bucket list completion. Bond events are also known as walk and talks. These events are like party chats but a conversation with Kiryu or Ichiban and one of their party members. You get to hear a conversation between the two talking about random stuff and telling you more of the party member's story or characteristics. They are quite good conversations though, because they make you like more and pique your interest regarding the party member. The great thing about the walk and talks is that they are all shown in the map immediately once you get the party member joining you in the story. You don't have to think and look for clues on where to complete the bond bingo of your party members. Doing the bond bingo also gives you Drinkling points, which helps getting the Drinkling episodes faster for unlocking the bonus party skills. You also get a nice heart-to-heart scene on the final walk and talks event of the party member, like you are having a date with them. Also, a nice commemorative picture with that party member. So sweet. Man, this game is too much fun and I never get bored playing it. There are other more fun stuff this game gives, like Mahjong, Tondoko Island, Super Crazy Delivery, Shogi, Casino. You will never run out of things to do in this game. The combat and the story alone are already huge parts of the game's content. I recently finished the game for a second time in Legend difficulty and dude, replaying the whole story in that difficulty was amazing. I get to relive the story and fight the bosses again in their strongest. I remember that one Trigimas fight when we visit them and Majima was just generating doppelgangers each turn when I got his HP to half. I had to take him out fast. Great times. Aside from all of that, this game is really good. I definitely recommend to everyone to play this even if you have not played the previous ones. though there will be tons of references and cameos you might not understand if you have not played the previous Yakuza games. But it's still no big deal as this game is already a league on its own, and they explain tons of stuff easily a lot in this game anyway. You can watch also the previous games from another content creator and at least watch just a story playthrough. This has been a fun time for me making this video essay and at the same time showing my appreciation for this game. I know there are some gripes or not that good parts of the game, but I don't really mind them as I can just overlook of them because the tons of fun and content this game has given me are quite fantastic. Plus I can just skip them anyway. Well, I won't be making this video any longer as I don't want to overstay my welcome. Thank you all so much for taking the time to watch or listen. I appreciate all of you. I'll see you guys next time in another video. Hope you'll have a wonderful rest of the day and bye-bye guys. Bye-bye.